So yesterday I made some videos, but I didn't post them because there was so many freaking questions in my head going through the stuff that's recently come into view. This is why I said a long time ago in the videos, I said stop listening to what I have to say, because don't stop listening to what I have to say, but as much as like doing anything at that point, because once I started to realize, even with me thinking I knew, it came into the freaking fact of, you know, I mean, the shit that's fucking impossible, right? Like body swapping and fucking everything else that fucking comes into play as far as lookalikes, and then the fucking lookalikes that freaking look alike, the fucking, and it was just a headache, right? Because I'm sitting here saying, oh, I know it's Ari, blah, blah, blah. But meanwhile, there's fucking so many different Aris, and I explain that, right? But there's so many different others. A couple months back, only a couple months back, this is July 5th, July 6th of 2021. And only a few months back did I even remember. Wow, man. The funny part is like, it's like anytime that I ever freaking came close to even, that's when shit started to pick up. So then obviously people are paying attention to exactly what the fuck I'm doing all the fucking time, which is just fucking weird. Okay, and I'm not talking. That's why I'm saying it's like, wow, man. You know how drugged and poisoned I must have been to forget my fucking the first girl I fucked around with. Do you know how insanely beautiful this girl is? Wow. Yeah, I'm still trying to fucking think how fucking drugged out of my mind. Which okay, no sleep for about a year and a half, this and that, but then to think it was all of fucking school. It was so fucking long back. Thinking, when the fuck did my sleep start getting fucked up? Oh, that's right around that time. Wow, man. To think that I forgot the first girl that I fooled around with being as extremely beautiful as she is, and looking like Ari, and wow, man. Wow. And all these people think that I forgot about them. It's like wow, I could only imagine from their side what's been done from theirs, like from like for the fucking shit that was being said about me. I can only imagine from their side what they were able to pick up on, as far as what the fuck it was that I was trying to fucking do, right? Or what I had done. I can only imagine what they were picking up on. Or didn't do. You get what I'm saying, right? That's the whole point. It's like with the amount of shit that was being said behind my back, with no way, because most of these people couldn't even fucking tell me what the fuck it is that they were talking about in bits and pieces that made no sense at the time of the fucking conversation. Wow, man. I thought everybody was fucking crazy. Holy shit. You know what gets me is that freaking, it's like, and this is really what gets me. Like this before I go into anything else, this is really like, I was just like looking at some of this, and I'm like, wow, dude, like these dudes have dicks like fucking like this big. And I'm saying to my fucking self, like, you know what, man? It's like, wow, bro, like, you do realize that's how pathetic that is, right? Well, I mean, I mean, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking in my fucking head, like, wow, dude, if I made dudes with fucking dicks that big jealous of my dick, then my dick must be goddamn fucking diamond, son. Holy shit. Wow, bro. That's crazy. To hit me with that much fucking poison and that much fucking, and to drug me out of my mind to that fucking degree, you were jealous of my cock. That's the fucking, that's what it comes down to. Big old fucking penises jealous, big old penises jealous of the little boy's cock. Because they were afraid of what the little boy's cock was gonna grow up to be. Holy shit, bro! That should be a fucking wow, man. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking. I mean, I knew I was good, but I didn't know I was that good. Holy shit! To attack my phallus, on top of running around saying that I rape babies. Oh, yo, holy shit! Wow, wow. I'm just like, wow, wow. Yeah, so this is not what the video is about. The video is about all the shit that I've been talking about for the past like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, since I started to like wake up to a few more things, right? So one of those things that I started to talk about was the girl who brought me out to the place where I bumped into Paul Flores. Okay? Where Paul Flores tells me that he murdered a girl by the name of Kristen Smart. Tells me how he killed her. Tells me why he moved the body to the second location. Okay? The first location was up the fucking road. If you came down to the T intersection of White Street, he put her body the first time up into that fucking, if you made the left at that T intersection and went left instead of right, leading out of the fucking neighborhood. If you went left, you would hit a patch of woods, and he put the fucking body there first. And what he did to the fucking body to put it there first. Then he moved that body fucking underneath that fucking lattice work. This was all in to fucking set me up, my family up, which was also his family, and a whole bunch of other families at the same time, which fucking, by the way, are pretty much like all famous type families. Congratulations there, right? So then, what's really interesting is another piece of information that I just realized the other day when I realized fucking. So, right around the time that I rebumped into Paul Flores, which was about 10 years ago, give or take months, year or two. About 10 years ago, I bump into Paul Flores. He's driving a fucking rusted out fucking truck that he's bragging how he got that truck from fucking where it was in California all the way to fucking New York with nobody paying attention to the fact that it was gone. Okay? Didn't even know who the fuck I was seeing at that time. They're talking about how they're gonna kill me, right? Paul Flores and Ruben Flores in that truck together. Didn't even know who these guys were. Didn't even fucking care. Didn't even fucking worry about it. Because if anything pops off, I still fucking think I could have fucking handled myself. Now I'm saying, my bones are so fucking weak. My arm is still feeling from 2 months ago. Bumping my arm up against the wall. My fucking wrist. It's more than my wrist. I can feel a clicking in this part of my arm. So I really don't think I sprained. I probably did sprain it. Somehow, some way, when I bumped the fucking arm. But at the same fucking time, I think I fractured the fucking bone in my arm. Just by touching the fucking wall, pretty much. Wow. That's crazy, man. This is fucking, and then it's just, and you know what? And then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you know something? I'm like, so let me reestablish where I'm at this point. So when I'm thinking of this whole Paul Flores and the Kristen Smart thing, and then I'm thinking also too, don't forget about Pazuzu. Because if 16 years old is where I bumped into Paul Flores, if at 16 years old I bumped into Paul Flores, then that means that fucking, if 16 years old is when I bumped into Paul Flores, what the fuck, what the fuck was I about to say? I was about to say fucking, it was after that. What the fuck was I gonna say came after that? You see, this is bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. Wow, man. 16 years old. You know what? I don't even fucking know what the fuck I was gonna go into just there, because then it's right back to fucking what I was saying. So, interesting part is that the freaking girl who I thought was Nicole Perez, the girl with the fucking hair that was like Nicole Perez's in the fucking porno that I seen Nicole Perez in, and I'm like, wait a minute, where the fuck? I know that fucking girl. Yo, because that's what I'm saying, man. It's like the same fucking hair, the fucking girl that drove me to where I fucking bumped into Paul Flores for the very first fucking time. As far as I know, the very first fucking time, where he confesses Kristen Smart's murder and all the other bullshit that fucking was attached. That girl was not Nicole Perez. Now, wow, man. Wow, man. But that girl I assimilated with a girl by the name of Lynn. That's all I knew. So I assimilated that girl. But now here's the other interesting part. Now, I said that freaking, at some point, I was down where I'm saying to myself, I know we were driving, but freaking the next thing I know, we're in fucking Florida. That's where I met Robert Lee Ashley for the very first time. I still was wearing fucking Janko jeans. You know what, man? I'm saying to myself, could it have been the same fucking time that fucking we went over and fucking seen, because I had my car. 16, so 15 I got my car. 15, I got my car. A couple months after that, I got into the accident where I backed into the wall. I get my car back about fucking, damn, man, like what, 6 months? Almost 7? 8 months later? I don't even remember fucking. I know that fucking, we took that fucking trip right probably before I got my car back. But then after I got my car back, somehow I managed to be back down in Florida. On a drive. That's where I met Robert Ashley. That, to me, is what makes fucking sense. Because I had my car when I met Robert Lee Ashley, for the very first time. He was a few years younger than me. So if I was like 15, 16, then he was fucking like 12 or 13. Wow, man. That's why I'm saying it's really interesting, because the person that I was with that time, now, my friend just sent me a picture of a kid who I assimilate to the name Loki, but I also assimilate that name to Frank Gallo. That person to Frank Gallo. Because I'm saying, holy shit, that looks like the fucking kid that fucking drove me down. Now, supposedly, this fucking kid hung himself. And I'm only wondering because I'm saying to myself, wow, that's really funny, because who else? What other stories involve the person who I assimilate as Loki, who said his name was Frank Gallo? And I'm thinking, holy shit, the Tupac thing. The Tupac thing is fucking where fucking I'm in the city the day after I got my car. like the day after my birthday. I'm pretty sure it was September 5th, 1996. I'm in the city. I'm at a fucking bar. I'm outside of a bar, other than a whole bunch of other little tiny fucking places driving here or there. But I'm with. Wow, man. That's why I'm saying it's like that happened. The Tupac thing happened. 2 days before Tupac was shot. Now, while Tupac was getting shot, I had a hit put on my life. Now that's where it gets interesting too, because the interesting part is the person that I met the same day that I bumped into Tupac and we started to fucking go almost at it with one another. The kid that called me over is, interestingly enough, the kid that my friend just sent me a picture of. That I affiliated that as Frank Gallo. And I'm saying to myself, he knew about the contracts just as well as fucking Tupac knew shit about me that could only have been in those fucking contracts. The paperwork of the fucking contracts. My personal fucking information. He knew shit that somebody had to have fucking told him that knew about the contracts. The other kid must have known about the contracts too, because that was what was brought up to me as of the conflict started between me and Tupac right there outside that bar. As far as the log situation, I always talk about Alfredo Flores because I know that he was one of the fucking 70 cars. I don't even know how many cars, 30, 40 fucking cars. He was one of the fucking people that had the fucking guns, the little Uzis banging them on the fucking door. No, this wasn't toy guns, okay? AK-47s, whatever the fuck was there at the fucking time. When the fucking whole cup situation, the log situation, we've already went into this story, so I'm not going to go back into the fucking story. The interesting part is that there's also a story about fucking me driving to a bank, Alfredo Flores, and some girl who I assimilated as Lynn. Now, I'm saying to myself, it's really interesting because they got a whole lot of fucking money out of the bank. It wasn't like there was sirens or anything fucking pulling up, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, holy shit. Oh yeah, it's your money, blah, blah, blah. Now, I didn't go in the fucking bank. So here's the interesting part when it comes to fucking, how the fuck did they get the fucking money out of the bank with me just parked in the fucking parking lot? But you know what? I was confronted by detectives about the fucking robbery of the bank. And it was the robbery of the bank of my own money. Are you kidding me? Wow, man, wow. Fucking, I am ready to fucking, I want to fucking, wow, bro, wow. The girl that was there looked a lot like the girl that I assimilated as Lynn. And I'm starting to wonder if it's that girl, Jackie Tohn, Tohn. The same girl that I thought was Nicole Perez that brought me out to the Paul Flores thing, where Paul Flores then confessed fucking murder to me. And how he fucking murdered Kristen Smart. Another fucking story that's really interesting about this kid who supposedly hung himself is the story where my cousin, which I've put a picture up of the picture that I was shown 6 hours after leaving the spot where supposedly my cousin was raped within that 6-hour drive back to where fucking Long Island was. The picture that I was shown looked like what Ari would look like now, but it did look like my cousin. But I'm saying to myself, fucking what? And then the whole phone call thing. Now, before leaving Long Island, me and Tony went to a studio. When we went to the fucking studio, there was a motherfucker in there that was fucking looking like fucking Alfredo Flores, which I assimilated the whole time as Little James Diaz. He's in the fucking place, or what looks like Alfredo Flores is in this studio, right? And there's a girl that looks like Lynn. But Lynn, that's the whole fucking point. So more than likely, this girl, wow, whoever that girl was, but I'm guessing more along the lines of fucking Jackie Tone. Wow, man. Just like out of 8 Mile, right? But I wasn't fucking worried about it. I didn't even care. I was like, wow, okay, so there's a dude banging some chick. I'm your wife, blah, blah. It's like, oh, you're my wife, huh? Yeah, I'm like, well, then fucking, what the fuck are you fucking a living piece of shit for? Like, no, nah, man. Nah, man. I'm good, man. I'm like, yo, you guys having fun with that, man. It's like, we never went out. We didn't have no fucking... But the point being is how many times I brought up the fact that Lynn looks like Ari, right? And this is the whole fucking point. When I say looks like Ari, I mean like certain hairstyles and blah, blah, blah. The point fucking being is that also the fucking story out here where Nicole D'Agostino's father was living. All the fucking people that fucking pulled up with me to that house because the girl that looked like Lynn was going to get her shit from her pop's house, who was older. She was older than me. And freaking... by what, a year and a half, 2 years, she was going to her pop's house to go get shit out of her pop's house. Wow, man. And meanwhile, all the fucking people, and some of them were from my fucking old neighborhood, all the people that were with us, all of a sudden fucking all turned around. Once the fucking feds and the CIA and fucking God knows whatever else pulled the fuck up, they came over. They were like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I'm here to fucking bring a girl to go get her fucking shit. Shit, it was like, oh, well, you know what everybody's saying? All these fucking cocksuckers are saying that you're here to fucking kill her dad, to shoot her dad. Wow. Wow. Talk about rats. You know what I'm saying? Not just rats. Scummy rats. It's fucking crazy. Wow. Yeah, so that went nowhere. You know, it's like, wow, man. Wow, man. Wow. It's just like the whole fucking... And then I would have to go back into the Damien Perez situation where his handgun goes missing. Now, Damien used to hang out with fucking James Diaz, and little James Diaz, a.k.a. Alfredo Flores, used to be there. Mr. Perez and the bullshit. That's why it's interesting. It's like, even though I might have had the wrong girl, I fucking guarantee that they fucking knew each other. Jackie Tong. If that's even her fucking real name, it does not matter. That is the girl that drove me out to where fucking Paul Flores is. Oh, and let's talk about the Pazuzu thing. How about this? First off, Paul Flores looks a lot like Brian McCarron. That's part one. Part two is I was yet again with a girl that looked like Lynn. Who the fuck is Lynn? I don't have no fucking idea, okay? All I know, because I'm getting to the other fucking story of my high school ring. Let's not forget about my high school ring. So, the bottom line is that the freaking girl who looked a lot like Lynn, what story was I at? I was at the fucking Paul Flores, Pazuzu, boom, fucking yeah. So, Paul Flores, hanging out with Pazuzu on camera, hanging out with fucking Pazuzu. I was right there when those pictures were taken. Those pictures were taken back in the fucking late 90s. That was taken a year after the fucking, not even a year. What was it, like 10 months? 10 months after the fucking Paul Flores thing? So if I was in the late year if I was basically in the late year when I ran into Paul Flores. So in other words, instead of being 96, it was 97 when I first met fucking Paul Flores. So then that means about fucking, I would say 10 months after that, fucking is when fucking I bumped into, I would say it was 10 months after that I bumped into fucking Pazuzu and fucking Paul Flores. At the time, I thought it was fucking Brian McCarran. Wow, man. That's why I'm saying it's like, it's real fucking interesting that, wow, man. Wow, man. That's when Gerald Schur literally fucking got back into the picture. Because Gerald Schur heard about what the fuck happened and he came to talk to me. They didn't actually fucking explain, like Gerald Schur was like, do you understand they were trying to kill you? There was other people there explaining it to Gerald Schur, why Gerald Schur was trying to fucking explain it to me. I could handle myself back then. My bones weren't that fucking weak. Now I'm saying to my fucking self, wow, man. Why is it interesting, the picture that my friend just sent me? Because if this is the kid that pulled some of this crap, that got his own fucking people fucking probably killed, from the crap that he was trying to fucking get me killed, hey, guess what? I am not a ghost, motherfucker. I might know some. Yo, wow. 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 That's why it's interesting to me. Now there's other things that are coming into light. Wow, man. Around that same time period that I bumped into fucking, that's probably what I was going to say. Around the same time period that I bumped into Gerald Schur, right after or right before the whole Paul Flores pulling up. I'm thinking it was after. Paul Flores and Ruben Flores pulled up in that rusty truck down in Ronkonkoma, over in Ronkonkoma, while I was on probation for a fucking DUI. A DUI that was such bullshit, it wasn't even funny. The fucking tire was slashed. I was looking for a place to pull my fucking car over, and the cocksucker wrote me up for having one unlit joint of marijuana. Even the other officer said fucking his tire was slashed. Wow, man. Wow, man. On a fucking double yellow line, 1 lane each road, I was trying to look for a fucking place to put, and the motherfucker pulled me over for 15 miles an hour under the speed limit and swerving. And then the fucking unlit joint, therefore giving me the DUI, which put me on fucking probation, so that when I did meet Ari, and Ari was about to take me on fucking tour with her, fucking, I couldn't go because I had to fucking go and deal with fucking bullshit probation? Wow. Wow, man. Not to mention locking me into a fucking place where soon enough, fucking, I'm not only fucking living across the street from fucking basically two different guys, one becoming my friend later on, and the other one, fucking, wow, bro, they both resemble Paul Flores. They both resembled Paul fucking Flores. My friend Mike Longboat, and freaking the motherfucker that every time I type my name into Google, for some reason, Jason Levy pops up. Now, I don't know, because there's two different fucking something Levys, pictures of what looks like Jason Levy, but I'm talking about the one with the fucking, that looks like Paul fucking Flores. Wow, man. Real fucking interesting that all this shit, right? Even the fucking Queens incident, and the fucking incident that happened out here with the fucking 3 graveyards lined up next to each other. You know what's funny? It's like after 20 fucking years, because I remember when the fucking bumper was ripped off the fucking car and put in a certain place. And I'm saying, wow, after 20 something years, a few months ago, I was taking a walk and I said fucking, because I was trying to remember certain things. I said, wow, after 20 something years, that fucking bumper is still there. And I fucking moved the bumper only a few inches. And now I went back, and after 20 something fucking years of that bumper being in the same spot it's been for the past 20 something fucking years, all of a sudden that bumper is now gone. I'm bouncing around from this to that because there is a lot of shit here. Because if this kid, who everybody loved so much, and that's the fucking point too, is that, you know something, it's like then they send me a picture of what this kid's sister looks like. And I don't exactly feel that there's any type of fucking, I don't know what type of fucking animosity, if there is any animosity, and the shit that I'm saying is pretty fucking intense shit, so I get people fucking might be pissed off. But I said, holy shit, that girl looks so much like Lisa Allen. And it made me start thinking of the fucking time that fucking I first met Lisa Allen. Or at least her name was Lisa. And she acted a whole lot like Lisa Allen. But that was such a long time ago. We were such little tiny fucking kids at the time. But the kid who tried to set me up that day, that kid. Wow. I'm just wondering in my fucking head, because that supposedly was Frank Gallo. And I'm saying to my fucking self, wow, he tells me what a blowjob is, and then he tells me that Lisa gives him blowjobs all the time, twice a day, or fucking blah, blah, blah. And that, blah, blah, blah. So he's explaining to another little kid his supposed age, because I don't know how fucking old he was, but I know he was supposedly a year older than me. But it does not matter. Because at this point, it's like, well, if they can fucking do what they fucking, yo, man, because I'm saying to my fucking self, wow, you tried to fucking, and then going out near that swimming pool, and that girl, who I assimilate as Lisa Allen, affiliate as Lisa Allen, was in that fucking pool and saying that they were going to drown me in the pool, the man who looked like Sean Allen. Wow. Wow. That was the same house that Tony brought me to right before we went for the 6-hour drive to where fucking, supposedly after I left, my fucking cousin was raped in between fucking that situation, in between being there and driving back to that same fucking house where I did not realize it at the fucking time, but that's the same fucking house